they did not call her by her real name. They called her Poison, not because she killed, but because once a man tasted her, he never walked away whole. Her real name was Ifunanya. Some men lost their jobs, some left their families. One man was found at a bus stop in Surulere, talking to himself, saying her name over and over. Ifunanya didn't know why. To her, she was just a woman. To others, she was danger and desire at the same time. From the start, Ifunanya was not born bad. She grew up in pain. Her father died when she was small. Uncles and neighbors used her. Everywhere she went, men looked at her like food. At first she cried. She prayed, but no one helped. So one day she decided, if they will not protect me, I will protect myself. And the only weapon she had was her body. Her curves were soft and tempting. Her moans could make a married man transfer his rent or his children's school money. And her eyes, my God, those eyes could make a pastor forget his calling. But to Ifunanya, it wasn't a curse. It was only her body. Everything changed the day she met Pastor David. He was a strong preacher who prayed with fire. He was not like other men, bold, steady, convinced he was unshaken by any woman. Their first meeting was at a charity outreach. She walked in slow, hips whispering, perfume floating like magic. Pastor David's eyes found hers. He looked straight at her and said, "My daughter, the devil is using you." Ifunanya's lips curved into a lazy smile. She stepped close enough for him to smell her skin and answered softly, "Then pray harder, Pastor." That night he dreamt of her. By the next evening he was at her door. When she opened it, wearing only a wrapper tied around her waist, the man of God became a man of flesh. He did not last long. Afterward he lay shaking and sweating, whispering, "Oh God, oh God, oh God." Ifunanya leaned close and murmured in his ear, "You will come back." And he did, again and again, until the church, money ran dry, until his wife left him, until people began to whisper, "What happened to Pastor David?" Then one morning Ifunanya woke to find her wrapper stained red. It was not her time of the month. This was different. On the bed lay a note, the handwriting angry and hurried. "You took what was not yours. Now you must pay." Her heart froze. She checked the door locked, the windows closed. She lived alone, or so she thought. Afraid, she ran to the bathroom and scrubbed herself hard. The more she washed, the redder the water turned. She looked up. Words had been written on the mirror, traced in foam and steam. "Return what you stole." Ifunanya screamed and tore back into the bedroom. The note was gone. Her mind jumped to Pastor David. Was he the one frightening her? She wondered. Then her phone rang. Private number. She answered. First only breathing, then a voice, low as wind, said, "You opened a door, Ifunanya, and now the wind is coming in." Click. The line went dead. Ifunanya froze. Wrapper clutched to her trembling body. For the first time in years, she felt powerless, not haunted by men, but by something else. And deep inside, she knew this was only the beginning. Ifunanya could not sleep that night. She sat on the edge of her bed, clutching her wrapper tight. Her eyes kept flicking to the mirror, afraid new words would appear. She thought of all the men who had come into her life. They arrived with promises and left with shame, but only one man had ever walked away untouched. His name was Chima. Years ago, she had tried everything on him: laughter, perfume, a slow walk. He only looked and said, "You are beautiful, but you are dangerous. I will not enter fire with my own feet." Before he left, he warned her, "One day, your body won't be enough to save you, Ifunanya." She had laughed then. Now the memory sat heavy in her chest. Tonight, she needed him. Her hands shook as she dialed. It rang once, twice. Then his calm voice came. "Hello, Ifunanya." She opened her mouth and nothing came. "You have seen it, haven't you?" Chima asked. She froze. "Seen what?" "The note, the blood, the mirror." His voice dropped. "I told you, one day your beauty will not save you. That day has come." Tears burned her eyes. "Chima, please, help me. I don't know what is happening." "Where are you?" he asked. She gave him her address. He said nothing else and ended the call. 2 hours later there was a knock. Not Pastor David's guilty knock, but firm and steady. She opened the door. Chima stood there, older, broader, calm and sharp. He did not hug her or waste words. He walked in like he already knew the house. "Where is the note?" he asked. "It disappeared," she whispered. "And the blood?" She nodded. "Still flowing." Chima went to the bathroom. He touched the mirror, picked up the sponge she had dropped, sniffed, and frowned. "There's a scent here," he said. "Not soap, not perfume. Something else. Faint, but familiar." "What do you mean?" Ifunanya's voice trembled. He turned to her for the first time. "A woman has been here, not in flesh, in spirit." Ifunanya stepped back. A woman? Who? Chima was steady. She's been here not physically, but spiritually. Someone whose husband you slept with had his spirit bound. That woman is watching. Ifunanya laughed nervously. Chima, please, don't start with spiritual talk. This is Lagos, not a village ghost story. Chima didn't smile. You think this started today? Ifunanya, when was the last time you slept and woke with peace? She could not remember. Her dreams had been restless for years, shifting rooms, whispering voices, faces she didn't know. Lately, one face returned again and again. A woman wrapped in red, eyes black as night, always saying the same thing. You used what wasn't yours. You used mine. Chima stepped closer. Your problems are two. First, your beauty. The way men lose themselves around you is not only charm. It was given. It was borrowed. There was a purpose for it. He held her gaze. Second, a woman full of pain watched you. I've seen her in my dreams, not in life, but in sleep. I believe the dreams are real. Ifunanya felt cold. Chima sat down, frowning. You slept with a man who was under her binding. You didn't just take a husband, you broke something sacred. She's not ordinary. She's a keeper of something old and dangerous. Ifunanya shook her head. Chima, I didn't mean to. I'm just a young woman trying to survive. He cut across her. This isn't about love or heartbreak. You touched what belonged to a shrine. That man was her sacrifice. Chima rose, his voice dropped low and tense. Ifunanya, that woman isn't simple. She's a priestess. When you took her husband, you broke her power. Now she's coming for you. The lights flickered once, twice, and steadied. Ifunanya stared at Chima, frozen. What does she want from me? She whispered. Chima met her eyes. She doesn't just want revenge. She wants her binding back or your life in return. A loud bang came from the living room. They both jumped. Ifunanya clutched her wrapper tighter. Chima moved toward the door, cautious. Chima, please. What do I do? She begged. He sighed and Saturday. You cannot fight this with charm. You cannot hide behind beauty. If you want to leave, we must go to where it started, her shrine. No, I can't, she said quickly. This is Lagos. I don't believe in those things. Chima's face went hard. Then believe this, if you don't come with me, you will not see the end of this month. Her heart raced. For the first time, Ifunanya begged, please Chima, go with me. Don't leave me. He nodded slowly. That is why I came. That night, they packed a small bag. Before dawn, they left Lagos in Chima's old car. The road stretched long and dark, tires humming like a warning. Ifunanya sat quietly in the passenger seat, clutching her wrapper, the mirror's words repeating in her head. Return what you stole, she whispered. But who is she? Chima's eyes never left the road. They call her Ekema, the woman who binds with collar. Ifunanya turned to the window. As the car joined the lonely Ibadan Express, a cold wind touched her skin, though the windows were shut. It was not the night wind. It was the same wind that had followed her from her room. The Lagos Expressway stretched long and empty. At dawn, mist hugged a quiet village. Children stood in clusters, staring as they passed. Goats scattered. An old man lifted one finger, pointing them toward the forest without a word. A crooked wooden sign leaned against tall grass. Anya, Emoto Eye of the Spirits. Chima touched Ifunanya's arm. Whatever happens inside, he warned, don't speak first. Let the spirit speak before you. Her knees shook. Chima, I'm scared. Good, he replied calmly. Fear keeps you alive. Inside the shrine, the air changed, hot, dry, heavy. It pressed down on their lungs like a chest breathing on them. Then, a whisper rose not outside, but inside Ifunanya's chest. Return what was stolen, or offer your breath in return. Chima struck a fire. The flames leapt, dancing blue and red. And then she appeared, not in flesh, but in the flames, Ekema, wrapped in red, eyes black as coal. You broke my bond. Her voice echoed without lips moving. You touched what was paid with tears. You will not go free. This will serve as a lesson to women who collect and sleep with men that are not theirs. Ifunanya collapsed to her knees. I didn't know, I swear, I didn't know who he belonged to. I was carried away by lust. I didn't even ask if he was married. The spirit laughed, a deep, hollow, mocking laugh. Knowledge does not cancel debt. Chima stepped forward, his voice steady. Please, she's sorry. Take her offering, not her soul. Ifunanya sobbed. What must I do? The fire twisted like a hand pointing. Find the garment he wore the first night he touched you. Burn it at midnight. On the street where you first met. Let no eye see you. Then the blood will stop. The flames died. The shrine went still. Only Ifunanya's heartbeat remained. You still have the shirt? Chima asked. Ifunanya nodded quickly. Yes, I kept it. He gripped her shoulder firmly. That's your only chance. They hurried back to Lagos. At her apartment, Ifunanya rushed to her wardrobe. She pulled apart piles of jeans, skirts, wrappers, and froze. The shirt was gone. Wait, Chima said sharply. He sniffed the air. Both of them turned toward the corner of the parlor. There it was, neatly folded, Chike's shirt. But it wasn't ordinary. The fabric was bleeding, warm. Fresh blood dripped onto the tiles, spreading across the floor. Ifunanya's scream tore through the room. What is happening to me? Chima's face darkened, his voice low and heavy. This isn't just about Chike. It started the night you pulled Pastor David into your bed. Ifunanya froze. Her past had come knocking, and now, it wanted her life. The street outside Ifunanya's house was silent. No cars, no generators, not even the usual barking dogs. It was as if the whole of Lagos had gone to sleep, leaving only her and Chima. In her trembling hands was the black nylon bag. Inside it, Chike's shirt, soaked and dripping blood that never dried. Chima's voice was steady, but his eyes never left the shadows around them. You must burn it now. Do it fast. Let no one see you. This is your last chance. Ifunanya swallowed hard. She set the bag down on the very street corner where she had first met Chike. Her hands shook as she poured kerosene on the shirt. The smell stung her nose. Chima handed her the matchbox. You must strike it yourself. She struck once, twice. On the third try, the flame caught. Foosh! The shirt erupted in fire, but the flames weren't normal. They hissed, twisted, and screamed like a living thing. Ifunanya staggered back. Her wrapper slipped from her shoulder. Her voice cracked in terror. Chima, it's fighting me. Chima gripped her arm. Don't run. If you leave, the curse will follow you forever. Stand. The fire rose higher, licking the dark sky. And from the smoke, she came. Ekema, the priestess. Her red wrapper flowed like blood. Her eyes glowed like hot coal. Her voice carried the weight of thunder and sorrow. I warned you, she said. You touched what was mine. You fed on my sacrifice. Now you will pay with your breath. Ifunanya fell on her knees, crying. I didn't know. I didn't mean it. Please, forgive me. Ekema's laughter was cruel. Forgive? Knowledge does not cancel debt. Your beauty dragged my husband from my shrine. You wore his glory like a crown. You turned my pain into your perfume. For this, your soul belongs to me. The wind howled. The flames bent toward Ifunanya like arms reaching to drag her in. Chima stepped forward, Bible raised high. She has repented. You have no more claim over her. The fire of the Most High speaks louder than your shrine. Chima moved quickly to her side. Don't beg her, he whispered. Beg the one above. Ifunanya pressed her face to the ground. Her voice broke as she cried. God of heaven, if there is mercy left for me, please forgive me. Give me a second chance. Ikema's form shook violently. Her screams split the night. The flames exploded, then shrank suddenly to a single ember. Silence. Smoke curled and vanished into the sky. The shirt was nothing but ash. Ifunanya collapsed on the ground, chest heaving, tears streaming. The bleeding between her thighs stopped. Her wrapper was clean, her body free. Chima knelt beside her, lifting her up gently. It is finished. But remember, grace is not for sale. Don't return to what almost killed you. Ifunanya wept into his chest. For the first time in years, she felt small, human, forgiven. Months passed. Ifunanya never returned to her old life. She left the streets, the clubs, the men who once crawled for her touch. She joined a small fellowship. She prayed. She walked with her hands. The name poison died on people's lips. Now, they called her by her real name again, Ifunanya. The girl who once destroyed men, now helping broken women find healing. Chima watched quietly from afar. He never asked for her body. He never reminded her of the past. And one evening, when the sun was setting over Lagos, he told her gently, you see, Ifunanya, the body fades, but the soul lives forever. Guard it well, because some mistakes don't give you a second chance. Ifunanya closed her eyes, and this time, for the first time in her life, she slept in peace. Thank you so much for watching this story. Where are you watching from, and what lesson did you learn? Please share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories.